Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through how to carve this simple wooden comb and all the things you're going to need from the tools that I'm going to use in the video and anything else, and the tons of sandpaper. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So I've finished prepping my piece of wood now. It's all nice and flat, and I've drawn out a design. What I'm going to do is stick that down, cut out the shape, and for the teeth of the comb I'm going to drill holes at the bottom and then saw down to them and then carve with my slide knife the teeth and then shape everything else out. And then I'll draw a hole here and just turn it into a heart shape there. If you're liking the video so far, hit that subscribe button. So I've cut out all the teeth. I need to take that out. I don't know. Oh, there you go. It's come too far over, unfortunately. And take that in. I'll do that now. So they've all been taken out with the saw. Looking okay, quite equal. I'm just going to take this off now. And then let's start carving the individual teeth and then round up of where you hold it with the handle. This all looks very messy, but we're just gonna, this can easily be sanded or cut off whilst carving, so don't worry about that. I'm just going to clean up in between these, try and make them all as even as possible. You can see that one's a bit thicker, so I'm going to try and make them all even as possible and really neaten it up by using a knife and then finishing it off with some sandpaper. And I'm going to start rounding the edges here, making this all a bit more equal, and then seeing how it looks and then go from there. I haven't got an exact plan in mind, but yeah. I'm just using this small carving knife. It's just a lot better for the more intricate work instead of just a larger sloyd knife that used to take off more material. I'll probably use it on the rounding off the edges and doing the bigger work, but when it comes to in between the teeth of the comb, it's just a lot easier to use this smaller knife. So as I've taken a bit off each side of these, I'm just going to turn it over and do the same on the other side. So I've taken off what I wanted. I don't want to go any smaller than this really. I've rounded off the top, but now it's time to sand in between all the teeth. Pretty this up, make it a lot more smoother. And then try and shape the teeth as much as possible. Obviously, we want to get these down to a more of a point, not really that pointy. And then just smooth off all the sides. And I think that'll be about it. Cool. That is not a nice sound. I'm going to speed this up for you guys at home. I'm just going to do in between each teeth and then probably carve some more pointier bits on this, on the ends of the teeth, and probably sand it again. But I'll speed it up for you because this sounds horrible. Oh, I didn't know which side I just did. I think it was that side. I think made it that side and turn it to that side. So yeah, that's a bit more rounded. And the same again this side. Still using medium. So I want to take off all the rough edges, and then when finishing off, I'm going to be using fine sandpaper. These are still too square. Once I've done this and took off the width I need and wanting these all quite rounded all the way up until the point, just going to go back with a carving knife, finish these off, and then sand them. Hopefully, quite smooth, but still a bit pointy for the end of the brush.
Three hours later.
I'm just going to put it on a flat piece of sandpaper on the workbench and then try and round these edges off. as much as I can. I think all looking on the size and shape I want, and then I'll finish off this, rounding off all the corners. I should be nearly finished. So I've got the teeth to where I want them to be, size wise. I feel like they're pointy enough, you know, to go through the hair quite well. And now just a lot of sanding on the body part of where you're going to hold it, really, and just to round everything off to make it look nice and smart. And then some burnishing, and then some oil at the end. These do look untidy here, and tidy these up as well. Hopefully really bring out that wood grain. I did notice as well, because you can see the wood grain going down vertically when I was carving out the ends of these and whittling with my knife. As I was carving upwards, it wasn't splintering off. Now if the wood grain was going this way and I was carving, I noticed with the spork that I did the wrong way, it was just chipping off one by one, and I wasn't being able to get a fine edge on the end. So when we are making stuff like a fork or anything like this, you're going to make sure the wood grain is going vertically towards the teeth, so you can get a finer point and edge on it. Right, to sanding then. So I've now finished sanding and all the carving. I'm going to use smooth rock to go over every single part of it and burnish the wood to force those wood grains together and make it really nice and smooth and shiny. And then to finish, we're going to put some oil on. So if you have a look at it now, and then looking dull, especially there. And let's see how it turns out. I am pressing quite hard, by the way. If you've made it this far in the video, you've made it further than my microphone because it's absolutely died. Whether it's because of the tons of sawdust that I've used because of the sanding or the battery's dead, I'm not too sure at the moment. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And as we can see here, I'm just adding the final touches, which is some oil just to finish off the comb. Really hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care. Ta-ra.